What's up, guys? It's your boy Neo Kai, and let's get straight in there. It looks like we get a new cell as well as the MV ZENKAI. If you take a look over here, it says Fierce 5 Perfect Form Cell, Now, this obviously get perfect form cell, aim to limit break. Obviously, this is done in mission, so he'll be free to play. And we do, in fact, have his kit here. Credit to Renzo for the kit, obviously. So let's go ahead and take a look at it over here. So basically, his main ability, the end days, draw a special move arts card next. He draws 50. He restores allies' health by 18% and ki by 58. Okay. Cancels enemy attribute upgrades on both effects, or takes away buffs, and debuffs them as well. 30% damage received. Do you know what? He draws a 50 and he gains ki, and he even restores ally health, so it's not bad at all, to be honest. Alright, I think we're gonna look at it from here. Alright, so his first unique ability, Overwhelming Entity, applies the following effects to allies when battle starts. Alright, so this guy is a support type, I'm guessing. 20% to blast damage inflicted, cannot be cancelled to allies. And 30% to ki recovery for 68 timer counts. I don't know what's with these weird timer counts, but whatever. Gradually restores health each timer counts for 68 timer counts. Alright, so he has a health restore, like purple's mouse wheel. Nothing too special. Alright, applies the following effects to self and character ends the battlefield. 75% to damage inflicted. Reduced damage received by 55%. I guess that's the norm nowadays, around 80% to like 100% is the norm. But reduced damage received 55%, that's not bad at all, 30% damage inflicted for 15 timer counts every time this character uses a blast card. What? That is a broken ability, I'm not gonna lie. 30%, imagine throwing 2-3 blast cards and the man's doing 90%, 60 to 90% damage inflicted. 15 timer counts is a long time as well. I don't know, I think he's a support type by the looks of it, to be honest, so I don't think his stats are gonna be too high, especially for a free to play unit. Alright, what else does he have here? Alright, shortens on subcount by 2 as default, so he'll always have an 8 timer count when you switch him out. Applies the following effects to enemies when his character is switched to standby. Alright, so when you switch him out, he gives 20% to damage received and plus 5 to strike cost as well, so he gives them damage received and ups their strike cost of enemies. Shortens on subcount by 5 when enemies activate Rising Rush. It's alright, but Tapion has 10, Saga from movies, ZENKAI 7 Goku has 10, so there are better abilities out there, but it's better than nothing, that's for sure. The following, alright, he has death buffs pretty much. 20% to damage inflicted by allies and 30% to ki recovery by allies when he dies. Not bad, this guy's a pretty good support unit, I'm not gonna lie. Gradually restores allies health. What? He restores allies health other than his character for each timer count for 60 timer counts. So he's pretty much give his ability to everyone on the team. Seals enemy strike card. The sealed strike card cannot be used for 7 timer counts. When does this activate? Apply the following effects. Oh, when this character switches to standby. Wow. He heals teammates slowly as well. He heals with his main. His special move randomly destroys 2 enemy cards. That's not bad at all, Major impact damage. His green card draws a blast card, restores ki by 40, and debuffs enemies again, And of course, as you can guess, he doesn't have a regen ability. He's powerful opponent, and it is in fact event exclusive. Do you know what? I kind of like this cell. It looks pretty good. He has ally heal with his main. He has ally heal with when he switches out, slowly heals allies. He has damage inflicted and a lot of it, to be honest, especially if you're using blast cards. He's not bad at all, to be honest. I think he'll make a great support unit, which I'm assuming he is. His stats aren't going to be that special, judging by how cracked his kit is, but he makes up for it with his kit, and yeah, he looks pretty good. Alright, moving over to the juicy stuff. Alright, so it looks like they've gone ahead and released the ZENKAI details for him in-game. So I think it's better if we just take a look at it in-game. Let's just get straight in there. We're going to do him 14 stars, ZENKAI 7. Let's see what the stats are looking like. Already 189, 187 to defenses. And 255, 265. Not the best, obviously, offensive stats. Oh, he is pre-transformed. Health's not bad. But the defense is looking pretty good, you know. Alright, let's just go ahead and take a look at his kit. Now, yeah, the blast card is still the same. He does reduce enemy ki by 30 on hit when he throws the blast, which is pretty good, you know. Alright, so let's have a look at the 50 move here. Before transformation, deals massive impact damage, applies the following effects. Applies attribute upgrade minus 40% to enemy sustained damage code for 3 timer counts. Blast armor and charging forward. Alright, so this 50 move, pretty much, it looks pretty good. Minus 40% to sustained damage code. Let's see if they change anything. Alright, so pretty much all they changed is they give an extra 10% to sustained damage code, which I mean is pretty good. The 50 move is already pretty good, so you don't need to change much. His kit is, he is anti-Goku. He is anti-Goku pretty much, and he's a blue as well, so you don't need to do much to make this guy cracked. Alright, so his green card applies the following effects on hit. This green card I think is a lunging forward one. Destroys all cards. Also he does this to enemies. Destroys all cards. -1 to their draw speed as well. And inflicts another debuff as well, 30% to strike damage. It can be comboed into anything. So it doesn't have blast armor, but you can swing this green card. And pretty much it'll destroy all enemy cards, which is not bad. It'll inflict them at -1 to draw speed. And it'll give him a debuff. Can't be comboed into anything. Now I think the only thing they've changed here is made the strike damage that the enemies receive go up from 20 to 30. So it's not the biggest buff, but like I said, it is good enough. Alright, so the main ability, when he transforms into MAJIN, he obviously restores own health by 40%, cancels own attribute downgrades. Now is that the same as before? I think in fact they give him another 10%. I'm sure before ZENKAI, yeah, before ZENKAI was restores own health by 30%. So they give him an extra 10% to health. It's not bad at all. Oh, his ZENKAI ability is Blue Vegeta Clan. Okay, that's interesting. I mean, Saiyan would have been a bit overkill, let's be honest. So I don't think that, I mean, they did have a choice, but I think they did the best thing here. Alright, so his now this character is transformation, so he does have a lot of abilities here. Alright, 40% damage inflicted against Goku, same thing. Applies the following effects to self when this character enters the battlefield. 30%, he gets 30 ki, 50% of damage inflicted, reduced damage received by 30%. Alright, not the biggest buffs, obviously. He does, he does gains 30 ki, which I think will come in clutch. But for ZENKAI, this is pretty standard, I think. 50% damage inflicted, 30%. Of course, he is pre-transformation. I just want to stress that. So obviously, when he's transformed, I'm sure we'll see some monstrous abilities. And yeah, he gets an extra 30% damage inflicted if your opponent does not have a remaining Goku character. Alright, so pretty much he does in fact do 80% damage inflicted. And if it's a Goku character, he does 90% damage inflicted. That's more like, you know, that is a lot of damage inflicted, you know, I'm not gonna lie. The stats aren't the best, but like I said, that's still a lot of damage inflicted. For a ZENKAI as well. Applies buff effects, nullify abnormal conditions 5 times yourself when battle starts. You can F off paralysis. I'm sure, yeah, that is an abnormal condition. So yeah, Hercule, I'll see you in a bit. Perfect. I think nullifying paralysis is a big thing, to be honest. Applies the following effects to self every time this enemy. So every time enemies use a strike, blast, or special move, he gets damage inflicted. And reduced damage received for 5 time counts. Alright, so I think this is like his old one. Pretty much when they swing away at you, you do more damage for 20 timer counts as well. That's gonna last a long time. And you start tanking more as well, as like further on the combo goes, which is awesome. Now I think the only thing they've changed is both of these. I think the restore key is new when he enters, and pretty much I think the reduced damage received goes from 20 to 30. And I think the only new thing here is the abnormal conditions, which used to be 3 times, it now activates 5 times. Yeah, that's pretty much the only thing. Alright, so this is a biggie. This is a make or break a ZENKAI, obviously, stats and all that stuff. But just please don't be absolutely trash. Alright, let's get straight in there. Apply the following effects to self from battle start until transformation. Yep, of course. Alright, so he gets -2 to his art cards. And he gets 20% key. I mean, not the worst thing. Restores own health by 5 and changing cover. Wow, so it's not the worst thing. I mean, that's pretty, his pre-transformation, so we'll go easy on him. Alright, unleash power. You have a big name. Now, what do you actually do? Applies the following effects to self upon landing a strike hit. Alright, this is more likely. Restores own health by 3%, ki by 3, and minuses your special move arts cost. So let's say you swing 3 strike cards, you'll be gain 9% health, almost 10% with the right equips. You'll gain 10 ki back as well from that, and you lower your 50 move by 9. I mean, it's not the craziest thing, but it's not the worst thing either. At least you're gaining a bit of health, and you're getting a bit of ki back on your cards as well. So your cards pretty much cost less, in effect. Alright, applies the following effects to self. To all enemies when this character enters the battlefield, it says the character Trunks battle member. Alright, inflicts attribute downgrade plus 15% to strike damage received, and increases their cards cost as well. I mean, the last part of this ability is a bit jokes, to be honest. You're giving 50% to strike damage, nothing too special, and you're upping the cards cost. The thing I don't like about this is the fact that you need Trunks on the battlefield. So I'm not the biggest fan of that, to be honest, but do you know what? It's better than nothing. It's an incentive to use Vegeta family, that's for sure. Alright, let's go on to the big boy business now. Alright, so transform. Look at the strike attack. 296, 196, 194 to his defenses, 285 even for that for a blast attack, 2.8 mil health. That's some. He's gonna be at 3.2 for me with my boost. That is some naughty stats. I'm not gonna lie, that is pretty nuts. And let's get straight into the 50 move. Wow, he does 30% damage inflicted by regen, minus 100 to sustain damage, of course, and he has a nullify endurance as well. Alright, let's see what's changed over here. Alright, so they pretty much changed nothing. Like I said, this man's kit is already cracked, so you don't need to do much. Alright, let's see what his green does. His green is a knockback green. Applies the following effects to self upon activation. Randomly draw 1 card, restores ki by 30, 20% of damage inflicted. Can be comboed into obviously anything that Vegeta can attack with. Wow. Now obviously it's pretty simple, but it's pretty effective. I mean, this guy's stats, he's looking pretty nutty. Alright, oh my days. So obviously the usual, draws a faithful pride warrior. This is his main ability after transformation. Draws a 50 move, restores ki by 50 so you can land it. 100% damage to next 50 move. I mean, judging by this guy's stats, nullifies change cover. He nullifies the fact that the enemies can change cover for 15 time accounts. Obviously you need to transform and then pop your main to get this, but that is so useful, you know, honestly, for 15 time accounts as well. Usually on a main ability is for like 10. I know on MUIs is for 30, but 15 time accounts is not bad at all. I think you'll find that pretty handy. So already, I mean, I think it's the same. I think they increased the time for that he nullifies cover change, but at the same time it's already nutty, that ability. Alright, well, you look at this. Restores own ki by 40, so he gets 10% more ki. 40% damage inflicted against Goku. MUI, I'm sorry, I don't even know what to say. 50% of damage inflicted, of course. Reduced damage received by 30%. Obviously cannot be stacked, cannot be cancelled, so he'll always have this buff. Restores ki by 40 is a big thing, you know, I'll be honest with you. It's gonna help out a lot for MB. And of course, additional 30% of damage inflicted. If so, pretty much he enters with, like I said before, it's the same thing pre-transformation and after. 80% of damage inflicted if there's not a Goku on the team, which there probably is. There probably is. I mean, 2 of the anniversary units are Goku, in fact, and 90% if Goku is on the team. That's pretty devastating, you know, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it looks like this guy's gonna hit like a truck, let's be honest. He has a reduced damage received on his, he only has 30% damage cut, and yeah, the 30% strike damage after transforming. Alright, this is his obviously transformation stats. So he's coming in with a whopping, if it's a Goku unit, then he'll come in with a 120% to strike damage. Not bad. With them stats, I mean, that's looking pretty nutty. Applies the following effects to self every time enemies use strike, blast or special move. Alright, so it's the same thing. Reduced damage received by 10%, and